Hey, and welcome back to my updated Olaplex video. So you guys know I have been loving Olaplex number 3 for years, and I've talked about Olaplex number 0, but I want to show you how I also incorporate Olaplex number 9 to get these results and take my hair from this to this. So first, let's get started. I'm starting off with day 4 hair, and I have lots of buildup. And even though the directions for the number 0 say that I can apply it to dry hair, I want to make sure there's nothing blocking it from getting into my hair. So I like to do a quick little co-wash, or you can just do a rinse, and then I detangle my hair to make sure I have an easy application. After making sure my hair is dry before I apply the Olaplex number 0, I separate my hair and begin to saturate. Now, your hair does not have to be soaking wet with the Olaplex number 0, but you do want your hair to be damp. Olaplex number 0 is basically the home version of Olaplex number 1, which is done in the salon and is either added to your color or can be used as part of a standalone treatment. Although you can always use Olaplex number 3 alone, Olaplex number 0 was created to basically amplify your results of the Olaplex number 3. The second ingredient in Olaplex number 0 is their patented bond-building ingredient, bis-aminopropyl diglycol dimaleate. Our disulfide bonds can be broken down by mechanical damage, heat damage, chemical damage, just everyday damage that we cause to our hair. And that ingredient is what goes inside and rebuilds the broken bonds. So by knowing that it's the second ingredient, know that you're getting lots of bond building action. I like to make sure I section my hair and work in small sections and smooth the product down to ensure that I'm covering all of my hair and I don't miss any sections. As you see, when I am spraying though, I close my eyes just to make sure that I don't get any of the Olaplex number 0 into my eyes. In previous videos, I stated do not spray Olaplex number 0, but this is a special nozzle that they added to the Olaplex number 0 to ensure that it comes out in a nice even stream versus a mist. You do not want to ever put it in a mist bottle. It's highly recommended to only use the spray nozzle that Olaplex provides. So this is what my hair looks like after I go through all the sections with the Olaplex number 0. And I used to twist my curls and curl train, but because I am going to be layering on number 3, I just simply take my hair and after smoothing the Olaplex number 0 through just to make sure that it's worked in, I plop my hair into a shower cap while I wait the 10 minutes before I apply that Olaplex number 3 right on top of the Olaplex number 0. Now, just to show you how much I used, this was a brand new bottle, and this is how much Olaplex number 0 I have left. So after waiting the 10 minutes, I go ahead and section my hair. And now we are going to start applying the Olaplex number 3. Nothing has really changed with my application. I still start off using less in the back and then I use more as I get to the top where I have more blonde. I like to work the Olaplex in and then I use the Denman brush to go ahead and brush that through just to make sure that it's nice and even. And I feel like this really helps to soothe down my cuticle. I like to twist my hair. I call this curl training. You do not have to do this step, but I personally feel like this gives me the best results. Now here you see me really working the Olaplex number 3 into my ends just because those areas seem to give me the most trouble. So I'm just really making sure the product penetrates in and I'm repairing those broken bonds. So now I'm just moving through the sections, and as I get higher up to the areas that have the most blonde and to the areas that, are in the sunlight the most, I diffuse them the most, I manipulate the most with my fluffing and my picking. I go a little bit heavier with the Olaplex number 3 and thoroughly saturate and still follow the same steps. Because this area tends to fall flat, I like to work it upward before I twist my curls to train them. So while I finish applying the Olaplex number 3, I want to answer some questions that I commonly get about Olaplex. A lot of you ask, is Olaplex okay to use if you do not have color treated hair? And the answer is yes. Olaplex is not just for people who have color treated hair. It helps color treated hair the most because we tend to have more damage, but it's for anyone with hair. It's for all hair types. Another question I receive a lot is how often should you apply Olaplex? I recommend applying Olaplex at least once a month. If your hair is highly damaged, then you can even apply it as much as once a week and even twice a week if your hair is extremely damaged. You really cannot overuse Olaplex. It's just important to make sure that you remember that this is a bond building treatment and this is not a deep treatment. This is not going to provide your hair the moisture that it will need. So you will need to follow up with the appropriate deep treatment. This is a bond builder. This is not a deep treatment. Another question people ask a lot is Olaplex a protein treatment? And the answer is no. Once again, Olaplex is a bond building treatment. However, it's not a protein treatment. And unlike protein treatments that can only be left on the hair for a certain amount of time, if you want to sleep in Olaplex, you absolutely can. It's just that they warn you, make sure you do not get it in your eyes. However, once again, Olaplex is not a protein treatment. So as you see, I'm really directing the crown area upward, and I actually even twist forward just because I really want to direct my hair that way. I actually have pretty thin hair, and by doing this manipulation, it really helps my hair to appear thicker when I am styling. After I finish applying the Olaplex #3, I then cover my hair with the same plastic cap that I used to cover my hair with the Olaplex #0, and I let that sit for a minimum of 10 minutes, but I prefer to let it sit longer, and I wanted to show you how much I used before I hop into the shower. So before I rinse the Olaplex out, I first like to undo the twist. I know this seems so time consuming, but I like to undo them and work that in one more time. This really lets me feel out my hair and really get a feel of the areas that may or may not need more attention. And usually by now I'm feeling my hair feeling strengthened, and it feels nice and smooth. I just love the way it feels. So first I go in and I rinse the Olaplex. Make sure you rinse it out thoroughly, and then you follow up with shampoo. It's very important to make sure that you get the Olaplex out of your hair completely so you have no buildup. So as you see, because I have already detangled my hair, I'm having no trouble. So I go ahead and after rinsing out that shampoo, I am now going in with a moisturizing conditioner, and I layer on a moisturizing deep conditioner as well. If you feel you do need protein, layer on a protein mask. After rinsing, I then wet plop to keep my hair wet before styling. So now you're going to go in with the Olaplex #9. Now this is a serum that you use before your other stylers, and remember, a little goes a long way. So those two tiny pumps I first use to distribute through my hair simply by with using each hand, I separate my hair into two sections, smooth down each section, and then using what's left on my hand, I just work that through until I don't feel anything else. I ended up using one more pump just because my ends felt a little, they just didn't give the smoothness that I wanted. So I used one more pump and really worked that through, just really making sure that all of my hair was covered before I applied my other styling products. After I applied my other stylers, I scrunched out the excess water and product and wet plopped my hair while I applied my makeup. After I was done with my makeup, it was time to diffuse. You guys know this is one of my favorite parts. Now, one of the things that I love about Olaplex #9 is it also has that bond building ingredient. So it makes me feel a little bit better about diffusing with not 100% cool air. I also love that I feel like I'm getting that bond building in between my treatments. So I went ahead and started diffusing, and the diffuser that I'm using alternates from high, medium, and low temperatures. So that's the temperatures that I'm using. And I went ahead and finished, and these were my results. I fluffed for even more volume, but as you see, my curls are shiny, defined, bouncy. They have elasticity. They're weightless. I absolutely love, love, love the results that I get after I do my Olaplex treatments. I also personally feel like I would not be able to have the level of blonde highlights that I have and maintain my healthy curls if it was not for my Olaplex treatments. So I am so grateful that I can finally have the blonde that I want and still keep my curls nice and healthy. I'll have a list of deep conditioners I recommend using after doing an Olaplex treatment down in the description box below, as well as the styling products that I used after using the Olaplex #9. I'll also have some links to the diffuser I used just in case you guys want to check that out as well. So let me know what you think about my results, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.